Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist. And yes, today we're going to be talking about how to thrive at home with Zach Bell. We'll be back in a few seconds, okay? All right, I guess we are back. Today we got a special guest. Our special guest for today is his name is Zach Bell. He's actually, let me go back to the thing. Oh, I actually logged it out. Well, anyway, he's actually the CEO of the company called Thriving at Home Senior Care, and he's moving in close to our clinic in Paris, Tennessee. And I just wanted him to come over here, tell him what he's doing, ask him what Thriving at Home Senior Care is all about, what area is he covering, and let's go ahead and bring him back to the stage. Let's go in. Zach, where are you at? Come over here, Zach.
There we are.
Zach, could you please tell us again who you are, what you do, and help us how
Yeah,
to thrive at home?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm Zach Bell, owner and CEO at Thriving at Home Senior Care. So we are a non-medical home care agency. So basically, we provide a professional caregiver to come in the home, and we like to say we cover everything that we can possibly cover that's non-medical that helps the senior stay at home as long as possible. Um, and while doing that, we like to help them thrive and not just survive.
There you go. There you go. What's the difference between English is not my first language, Zach.
Yeah,
What's the difference between surviving and thriving, right? So
yeah. So we say surviving is somebody that's just like getting by. They're just kind of living in their home. They're not very engaged, not very active, and they're just kind of taking it day by day. Whereas thriving is really taking somebody who has enjoyments, has hobbies, and really amplifying that to bring some joy into their day to day life. We can provide services that just get them to live at home for longer, but we want them to enjoy it while they're doing it as well.
there you go. There you go. See, did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You just don't want to survive, and that's what's happening nowadays in our world, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you're watching live, comment live. Watching on the replay, comment replay. But what's happening with the world right now is we are just surviving. It's okay to survive. That's fine. But the goal is for us to be able to thrive better. Why? Because when we're thriving, we can give. You cannot give what you do not have. Just like caregiving. Just like this is Zach's business. It's basically a caregiving business, non-medical caregiving business.
Hmm.
They have to give care. In order for you to give care, you got to take care of yourself too. How can you take care of yourself if you don't take how can you take care of someone else if you don't take care of yourself? And the only way for you to be able to take care of someone else is for you to thrive, be the best that you can be. So Zach, well, there's a lot of people commenting live. Thank you very much for those people.
Yeah,
But Zach, so you mentioned about the non-medical. So what are the services that you provide there at home,
sure.
at thriving at home senior?
Yes. So, a lot of times when people talk about a business like ours, we get referred to as a sitter service. And to be completely honest with you, I think that's couldn't be further from the truth. We definitely don't like the word sitter service because we are so much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything from helping seniors to assist with bathing, dressing, grooming. Um, we run errands for them. We do meal preparation for them, transportation to and from appointments as well, and anything like I said that they might need in the home. So that's like light housekeeping. Um, we can facilitate different things like lawn services and different things like that if they need that as well. And then on top of that, the thing that we love to focus on is the joy aspect. So it's activities and enjoyment, playing cards and reading books, going for walks. We have clients that we've taken to the local lake here once a week. We have clients that go for ice cream every single week. So it's the little things like that that we really try to focus on. That's kind of a step above.
Love it, love it. So the difference, ladies and gentlemen, the difference between thriving senior care is not just sitting; they're also providing other services, like going to the ice cream parlor or whatever. Is that ice cream parlor you call
Yeah.
it? You know,
Sure.
they're doing some grocery shopping because
Yeah.
that is what you call the activities of daily living, ladies and gentlemen. They're not just sitting down.
Yeah.
The goal is for the patients or the clients to go out and live life as much as possible in their home. All right.
It
You
should
don't
be
want your
fun,
loved one.
you know?
It's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong going to the nursing home, assisted living, or retirement home. But if I can keep my mother at home and have a caregiver, the home is where the recovery happens. That's why there's called home health therapy. That's why we also go to the homes. Yes, we do operate in an outpatient clinic here in Jackson and also in Paris, Tennessee. But we also go to the homes because the real recovery happens at the home. Yes, it happens in a nursing home, well, a short term recovery there, or at the hospital, like 3 days therapy or 14 days when you're an inpatient. But the real recovery happens at the home. Why? Because that's their home environment. It's very familiar to them, ladies and gentlemen. They see their own, their bed is there. They're used to that bed already, that right height of the bed. They're used to going to that right side of the bathroom. Imagine you put your mom in a nursing home, and your mom's bathroom is always on the right side, and then you put them in a home or nursing home where the bathroom is on the other end of the hallway. She's gonna get confused. She's gonna get irritated. Well, guess what? They get behaviors, and then they get medication and medicated, and boom, they decline. The goal is to keep the loved ones at home as much as possible. And this is where thriving senior care comes in. Zach,
Yeah.
no, I keep on talking, right? I'm just passionate
No,
about.
that's okay. I think you hit on a good point right there. One of the things that we do actually is when clients come on board, we do a full assessment on them, and it does incorporate everything from their daily needs, like when they like to get up, when they go to bed, the things that they do like habitually throughout the day. Because our one of our goals is to create habits for them that they can keep for a long time. I think myself and pretty much everybody included, and especially seniors, really thrive on habits. And no pun intended on that, but we all thrive on habits. And so we want to help keep those habits for as long as possible so that they can stay at home.
So true. Habits, habits is very important, ladies and gentlemen. 7 days without habit makes 1 week, right? Just kidding.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about the assessment, Zach. That is
Yeah.
very important. When you are finding, ladies and gentlemen, if you are finding a caregiver business or caregiving in the sitter services or whatever you want to call it, you need to ask them, hey, are you going to give my mother or my father or my loved one a personalized care assessment? That is very important. We already talked about it. If I wake up regularly at 6 and here comes a caregiver company coming in and waking me up at 4 in the morning, I'm going to get upset. I'm going to have behaviors. Or if I take my medication exactly at 9 in the morning, and then here comes the caregiver business or people giving me a 6 o'clock, waking me up at 6, I'm going to get upset. Or I'm sleeping regularly exactly at 8 in the evening. And then here comes Zach telling me, oh, well, because everybody sleeps exactly at 4 or 5. Well, let's go put you back in bed. No, it needs to be personalized. And same thing in therapy. We do a personalized approach in therapy. We just don't do a cookie cutter therapy approach. And I'm sure Zach's team are also like that. So Zach, could you please tell us what are the different uh what you call this assessment that you do? Do you do
Yeah.
fall assessment? Do you do what time of the days? Could you tell us what assessment do you guys do?
Yeah, so we do a care assessment, which pretty much incorporates, like I said, basically the habits that you have. It takes into account your likes and dislikes. So things like we do meal preparation, and we find out what your favorite foods are and what the foods are that you don't like, and of course allergies. We do medication reminders, and so we get a list of your medications and find out, what time of days you take those, and then everything from what areas of the house that you have that need cleaning, to like what how many days a week that you like to take a bath, and then just a general idea of what your life is like on a day-to-day basis. And so that kind of encompasses the care assessment. And then we also, when we start a case, we do a home safety assessment. So a lot of times, if we're trying to keep somebody at home for a long time, falls is one of the biggest risk factors as far as keeping a senior citizen at home as long as possible. So we'll actually do a home safety assessment to try to raise flags where falls may happen. It may be, you mentioned the bed height, so it may mean to change bed heights. It may mean moving rugs around or moving furniture around where it's a little bit more efficient for them to get around and lower that risk of falls.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you very much for pointing that out. And like what I said, most of the time, falls are there are two types of falling, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, uh, one is the internal factors, and the other one is external factors. The internal, obviously, it's going to be hard. You know, your blood pressure going down, you get dizzy when you stand up, or you got vertigo, your crystals are out. Those are internal factors, or your eyes are weak. You know, it's shaky. We call it nystagmus. Those are internal factors, which is hard to manage, by the way. You need to have a medical doctor or a therapy team. But the external factors are very easy to handle. And this is where Zach and his team comes in. What are the external factors? We already talked, he already mentioned the rugs. Those are very important. If the loved one doesn't want to remove their specialty, what you call this carpet, put some strips on it, non-skid strips, right? Those are external things. What are the other external things that they can modify? Simple, what you call simple handlebars in their bathroom. Well, guess what? You just don't install a handlebar randomly. There's a proper way, obviously, the right angle, so that way most patients they have a difficulty handling a narrow, a small bar, or it needs to be like in a certain angle. All right. So this is where Zach and his team comes in. What are the other external factors? Guess what? Water intake. Those are other external factors. Most of our loved ones at home, they forget to drink water. And what happens? Guess what? They get dehydrated. When they get dehydrated, they get UTI. They get UTI. Guess what? They start falling. They fall. They get behaviors, and they go to the nursing home. You don't want that. This is where Zach and his team comes in. They will remind your loved ones, "Hey, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate." Right, Zach? Am I correct? Part of the
Hey,
care
you're
plan.
you're spot on. That's all encompassing. That's exactly right.
Good, good. Zach, I know you're a very busy gentleman.
Hey, that's
Where
okay.
is your area of responsibility? I know we're talking about Paris, Tennessee right now. Where are you located?
Yeah. So right now we have offices in Paris, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, Union City, Tennessee, and Murray, Kentucky. So for all purposes, we cover Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee, minus just a few areas in that. But for the most part, all of Western Kentucky and Western Tennessee we are servicing.
Well, you got one here in Jackson? You got
Yeah.
right, we got
Yep.
a clinic here in Jackson, and then we got a
That's right.
clinic there in Paris. Well, we gotta talk more, okay? But before we
That's
keep
right.
on going, we'll be back in a few seconds. Back, okay? Well, before we keep on going, we'll be back in a few seconds.
Hey everybody, I'm Chad Brock for Ultimate Workout and Recovery, and I have a specific group of people I want to say hello to. And that is the folks out there who are a little bit elderly, maybe sitting in a wheelchair, and you feel like you can't do anything. Maybe you have muscles that don't work like they used to. But guess what? Muscle has memory. All you need to do is start again. You can build back your muscle, you can build back your cardio, you can build back things that you thought you were without. And guess what? You don't have to have somebody there to do it with you. You can use Ultimate Workout and Recovery on a daily basis and just see how you feel. I guarantee you will feel great. Absolutely.
When it gets down to it, everybody knows it ain't the smoke, it's the fire.
Yes, we are back. Check out that workout machine. It's called Ultimate Workout and Recovery. So, Ultimate Workout and Recovery. You can use it at home. You can use it in your therapy clinic. Check it out. Okay. So, right now we are with Zach Bell from Thriving at Home Senior Care, wherein he's talking about the different services that they can provide for their loved ones at home here in Northwest Tennessee and somewhere in Kentucky too. So let's go ahead and bring back Zach. Zach, where are you at? There you go, man. So, Zach, tell us again. You mentioned about the area here in Jackson, there in Paris, somewhere in Murray, Kentucky. Are you planning on expanding, or do you have specific offices here in the
Yeah,
area?
so we just have those 4 offices right now. We are working on expanding more, into some more of the rural areas of Tennessee and Kentucky. We're seeing a lot of need in those areas that aren't being fulfilled, and so we're trying to reach out to those. Good thing about us is, we don't necessarily have to have an office in every location that we're in. Is we can kind of coordinate from the existing offices. So
So true. That's so true. That's why I like what I'm doing too. We do a lot of home visits.
yeah.
We do have
Hmm.
the actual outpatient clinic where we operate, but I started, everything at home too. So,
Yeah.
obviously we use my home as a billing agency. So when it comes, I already mentioned billing. How does the payment system work, Zach? Do you accept Medicaid, Medicare, long-term care insurance? How does this work?
Absolutely. So for our industry, typically we are paid by either Medicaid through TennCare, Veterans Administration. They have several different programs that you can qualify for through that. So we actually help a lot of veterans in both Tennessee and Kentucky. And then it's private pay or long-term care insurance. Typically, Medicare programs don't qualify you for anything like this service. Some of the Medicare Advantage plans are starting to roll out programs that may in the future, but currently, right now, they're not covering that service.
Perfect, perfect. Well, speaking of, I know you're not a therapy Part B provider, but I just attended the seminar. Part B providers eventually will have Part B caregiver codes, so
Yeah,
that could be another thing. That for if the patient has Alzheimer's, they
yeah.
can send a therapist, a PT, an OT can send their caregiver as long as the PT and OT are supervising that care. Well, anyway, where can they find you? Where can they reach you, Zach? Do you have any website or telephone number?
Yeah, Thriving Senior Care, which is on the screen there. You can reach us by phone at 731-407-9051. And then you can also just reach us on social. We're on pretty much most platforms, so you can reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram. We like to be pretty active on that, and we like to display the fun that we have with our seniors on there. So check it out.
That's so true. That's so true. Thank you very
Yeah,
much, Zach. Appreciate you. I think we need to do this at least every month. I appreciate you. Any
yeah,
last parting wisdom for our audience? Because I know we are we're actually streaming it in the Alzheimer's group too. Any
yeah.
last parting wisdom? Were they, some tip as a caregiver?
Yeah, just I think back to the habits is the main thing. Really focusing on the habits that you have, and if you're wanting to develop a habit, the easiest way is to tie it to an existing habit. So that's something that we try to do with most of our seniors, and on top of that, just have fun. We are really focused on the joys of life, and that's our goal is to help provide that to people.
Perfect, perfect. Again, Zach, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast. FAST, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Today, hang out with Zach. I feel like I want to be like, a caregiver too, right? But hang out. If you want to find a good caregiver for your family member, reach out to Zach, okay? Next letter is letter A. Take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Zach good if you don't take action. Take action by going to their website, thrivingseniorcare.com, or calling. At least just call. Hey, do you cover this area? Do you cover this specific type of disease or whatever, or condition or whatever? All right. Take action. Next letter is shoot for the moon. Why? If you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it, but you're going to be landing with the stars. The more failures that you get, guess what? The closer you get to your goal. Okay. Failure is just an event. It's not a person. It's just an event. Okay. And last but not least, is letter T is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. So be awesome, be great, be excellent. I hope to see you on our next episode of our Jerry Hab Show. You have a good day. Thank you, Zach.